Day 2 of the Viessmann 111 installation today. I need to cut this gas pipe out off here. I'm going to put some ply on this wall so that we can put the new boiler onto it. So I'm going to start doing that now. Later on I'll show you upstairs. We're going to take some tanks out and do some bits and bats up there as well. But first of all, I'm going to get this wood on here. So I'll show you that as well. So I've cut the board and I'm going to put the board up on this wall here. And I've got some CT1. I'm going to put that on the back of the board. I'm going to stick the board to the wall. I've also got some metal rod that I'm going to use, and I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to bolt this front wall. I'm going to put some resin in and stick that into the wall with resin as well. So hopefully the boiler will stay on the wall. So we'll do that now. Just got City Plumbing now. They've just brought us the new boiler. So that's the Viessmann 111. That's what we're going to install on this job. And this is the boiler that we're installing. This is a Viessmann 111 storage combi. So this will give us about 18 litres a minute. So it's an amazing performance. This is quite a big house. So yeah, should be perfect. I've just installed some 18mm ply on here now. And just as a temporary measure, although they'll stay in, I've put some screws in. And I've just screwed them directly into Thermalite. But what I've done is I've done them at an angle. So these ones I've done downwards, these two. And then the ones above there, I've done an angle, done them at an angle upwards, just to keep it in place. And then I've pre-drilled some holes, and I'm going to put some bar in that with some resin. This boiler's quite heavy, and we don't want it to fall off wall. Fasten this onto the wall now. I've used some threaded bar. Got this from Screwfix. That's stainless steel bar. And then I've got some nuts and some I'm not sure what they're called, but they're to stop them and bring back off. And then I've got some washers in there as well. And then what we've done is we've drilled the holes in the wall and we've put this stuff in. And this is resin, and this just once you put your threaded bar in, it keeps it in. I've not used it before, to be honest, but it's absolutely solid on there already. That's the boiler on the wall. That wasn't the lightest boiler I've ever lifted, but it'll be worth it for a customer once it's done. The boiler's on the wall now. I've got a board to put underneath, and then I'm going to start piping this up. This will be done over the next few days. What I'll do is now, if we go upstairs, and I'll show you the cylinder, and I'll try and answer some of the questions that people's been asking. Yeah, so let's go upstairs and we'll have a look now. Lots and lots of questions. One was about the floorboards. I'll answer that shortly. And then loads and loads of questions about the cylinder. The cylinder is very, very simple. Some people might feel, because there's lots of pipes here, it looks like it's complicated, and it's really, really not complicated. It's very, very simple. So what I'll do is we'll zoom in now, and I'll show you some of the pipes. I'll show you what they do and where they come from, and I'll talk about the floor, of when you're going to lift the floor as well. So let's have a look now. With regards to floor, this one was already loose. I've not done anything with this. I've just taken screws out. But when you're going to use your circular saw, set your depth so it's exactly the same as the depth of the board, or a very slightly higher. And then you know if there's any pipes underneath, you won't cut through the pipes. Like there, the pipes are very close to the floor, so if I'd have just done that deep, would have cut through all them pipes. And then afterwards, what we need to do with chipboard flooring is support it all. So I'll put timbers all the way around on mine, and then I'll make sure that this is, when you put boards back down, it's all supported. If we have a look in the cylinder cupboard, most of this cylinder cupboard, you'll be able to tell what the pipes are before you even go up into the loft. So on them pipes there, if we look at them pipes, that's your air separator. So that first pipe there, we know that that's the flow, and that's coming up from the boiler, from the central heating boiler, and then it goes around there and then down, and that goes to the pump, and the pump is pumping in that direction. The pipes above, so that's your air separator, so that's designed to get air out of the system. So the one on the left, the pipe on the left, is the expansion pipe, and that is to get the air out of the system. The one on the right, that is the cold feed, and that's to put cold water or fresh water into the heating system if required, if we bleed a radiator or something like that. And then when we come down here, go over again this really, but I've said this in the last video, but we've got as cold feed as flow, that's as flow pipe. So again, that's the flow pipe, and that's coming from the central heating boiler down A and B on your valve, so that's your mix, and then it decides which way it's going to go via the control, via the time clock and the cylinder stats or the room thermostat. So that there, that's B. B goes to bath, so B goes to your cylinder. This pipe here, that goes down, and as you see there, it goes under, and that goes to the central heating circuit. So if you're going to put a new boiler in here, this is the main pipe that we need to know about. We're going to use that. That will be the new flow. So that would connect to the flow out of your new central heating boiler. This here, these pipes, they go through to the shower in the bathroom. So I'll show you what's going on here, and it's very, very easy to work this out. So we've got some new pipes here, and then we've got some existing pipes. So if we have a look down at the bottom of the cylinder, there we can see that drain off there, that drain off pipe there. That's as cold feed, so that'll go to a header tank, a cold water storage tank in the loft, and that feeds the bottom of the cylinder. So it goes into the bottom of the cylinder, and that feeds the cylinder. So if you have a look at my my other video on how does a cylinder work, that'll explain that to you. So that's your cold feed in, and then this pipe here, it's going into the pump. So we know that this is tank fed, so we know there's a tank up above, and then that's pumped then from your power shower pump, and that that goes back up there, so that must go to the other shower at the other side of the house. And then this side, we can see off the top of the cylinder, we've got us hot, that's us hot pipe. We zoom out there, and then that one, that connects into your power shower pump again, and then back out, goes to a T. So we know that that's as hot, that one, so that says pumped hot, and we know that the other one there that it T's with, that's also a pumped hot. And then we'll have a look up in the loft as well. If we have a look here, we can see that one there, that's almost definitely going to be the cold feed, so that's going to be cold mains, and that's going to feed the tanks up in the loft. Now this is quite a big system, and it's got two tanks for the cold water, but as we've seen in the previous video, the water flow from this is really bad. If you need any other explanation of this, I'm gonna take this cylinder out in the next video, or maybe the one after that. I'll cut these pipes all back. I'm probably going to use a pipe-to-pipe manifold for the hot and cold water here, because then we can control that if there's any leaks on the system. We'd better zone different areas. We'll go up into the loft now and we'll have a look at the tanks up in the loft. So I've come up in the loft now. It's been boarded out, which is great, but it does make it a bit tricky to get into the tanks now. If we have a look there, that's where your cylinder cupboard is. And then we know the pipes come up on the right hand side there. And then when we're looking here, you'll see it's quite hard to see. So what I'll do is, as we're doing more videos, I will take some of these tanks out of the way and then explain what's going on here. If you see that tank there, there's two pipes coming out of there. So they're cold, so that's coming from your cold water storage tank. So there is cold pipes. We've got another one there, and we've got another one there. So we've got four pipes going down for us cold. So I think what we're going to do with this is I'm definitely going to put a point-to-point manifold on this, and then I'll be able to control all these after if there's any leaks. At back over there, which we can't see because all the tanks are in way, but they'll just see if I can get in here a little bit. But if you can see behind there, it's a bit of a squeeze, but there should be, where that pipe is there, there'll be a little tank. There'll be a little tank in there. Where that is in there, there'll be a little tank in back. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut some of these tanks out first, so I can get in. I'm not as small as I used to be. I hope you found this video of some use. If you've got any questions, again, please ask them in comments below. I know that I haven't answered all the questions from the last one, but I will try and answer them as I go on in this series of videos. So this is the Viessmann 111 storage combi boiler, or whatever you call them anyway. But yeah, so yeah, if you've got any questions, please ask them in comments below. I'll add some links above to subscribe and to some other videos and stuff. Yeah, thanks so much.